So stop right there for a moment. Let's challenge everything you have ever been told about stress and problems. What if the key to peace is not solving everything and not pleasing everyone? What if the answer is simpler, letting go of the need to fix everything around you and turning inward? The truth is, you do not have to carry everyone else's problems. You do not even have to carry all of your own. This audiobook will challenge the way you think about stress. It will show you that freedom is not control. It is releasing the need to control what is outside of you. You do not have to be ruled by your thoughts or by outside pressure. You can build a life where peace is the foundation, not the exception. Ready for a mental shift if you are tired of the old way and ready to break free. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Chapter 1. The power of mental freedom. Imagine standing on a mountain top. The wind is on your face. The horizon stretches out in front of you. There is nothing holding you back, nothing weighing on your mind. You are free, your thoughts are yours, your actions are yours, and nothing can touch you unless you let it. That is the power of mental freedom, but in today's world, that kind of freedom can feel far away. We are surrounded by expectations, pressure, noise, and constant demands on our attention. On top of that, we carry the past, mistakes, regrets, failures, and problems that feel too heavy to face. It is easy to believe freedom is only for a lucky few, but the truth is different. Mental freedom is not a privilege, it is a choice. And that choice begins with letting go. Letting go is the key, letting go of the expectations of others, letting go of the need for approval, letting go of the mental noise that feeds anxiety and fear. You are not defined by the people around you, and you are not defined by the problems in front of you. Your thoughts do not control you unless you let them. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Maybe it was a fight with someone close to you. Maybe it was work or a goal that felt too big to handle. You felt heavy, and no matter how hard you tried, you could not shake it off. Now imagine something different. Imagine choosing to let go in that moment, release the stress, release the argument, release the anxiety, walk away from the noise in your mind, and step into a space where you are in control. That is what freeing your mind really means. It is not about avoiding problems. It is about knowing that the only thing you truly control is your response. You can choose your thoughts, your reaction, and your mindset. And when you let go of what does not serve you, you create space for peace, clarity, and freedom. One powerful way to begin is by looking at the people around you. The people in your life shape your mental state more than you may realize. If you are always surrounded by negativity, it becomes harder to stay calm inside. The energy of others affects your energy. Their opinions, their judgments, their problems, they can all start to feel like yours unless you choose to protect your mind. That does not mean cutting everyone off, but it does mean setting boundaries. Boundaries that protect your peace. Boundaries that protect your mind. Boundaries that remind you what you allow in and what you do not. It is easy to get pulled into the drama of other people's lives. We want to help, we want to fix things, but sometimes the best thing for them and for you is to let them handle their own problems. You do not need to carry their burden, and you do not need to make their pain your pain. Free your mind from the weight of other people's issues. It is not your job to save everyone. It is your job to save yourself. Take a moment. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now let's continue. To truly free your mind, you must also let go of the past. It is easy to get trapped there. Old mistakes, old failures, old regrets. You replay them again and again. You think about what could have been. You wish you had done things differently. But here is the truth. The past is gone. It only has power if you give it power. Every time you replay an old mistake, you give it space in the present. Imagine taking all the energy you waste on the past and putting it into your future instead. What could you build? What could you become? What could you create? The only way forward is to stop looking back, learn from the past, yes, but do not let it hold you hostage. Do not let yesterday decide what tomorrow can be. To free your mind, you must choose what stays and what goes. Toxic people, past mistakes, self-limiting beliefs. You are the only one who can decide, and when you clear your mind of all that weight, you finally have room for your dreams, your goals, and your future. Freedom is not a destination. It is a daily practice, a daily choice to let go, a daily choice to choose peace, a daily choice to protect your well-being. When you free your mind, you free yourself. And that is the first step toward the life you want. Pause for a moment. What is weighing on your mind right now? What can you let go of? What would happen if you made room for peace, clarity, and freedom? Chapter 2, Taking Control of Your Mind. In the last chapter, we explored mental freedom. We looked at letting go of toxic people, past mistakes, and the mental noise that keeps us stuck. We learned that freedom is not given to you, it is chosen, and it begins in the mind. But what comes after that choice? How do you take control of your mind every day? That is what we are uncovering now. Taking control of your mind does not happen overnight. It takes practice, it takes repetition, it takes discipline, just like building a muscle. The mind gets stronger when you train it consistently. If left unchecked, the mind can turn into chaos. Thoughts pull you in every direction. Every distraction gets your attention. But you can quiet the storm. You can guide your thoughts. You can choose what matters. Think of a time when you felt completely focused. Maybe it was a big project, maybe it was a personal goal. Everything felt clear, everything flowed, you were locked in. That is the power of control. That is the power of directing your energy toward what matters. This kind of control starts with structure. A strong foundation gives a house stability. A strong mental structure gives your life stability too. Without structure, your mind becomes cluttered. Too many thoughts, too many distractions, too much noise. With structure, you gain clarity, you gain direction, you gain control. One of the best ways to build that structure is through daily routines. The mind loves routine. It feels safe in predictability. When your habits support your goals, you give your mind a clear path to follow. Instead of drifting, you move with purpose. For example, if your goal is better health, you do not wait to feel better by accident. You create a routine. You wake up, drink water, stretch, eat well, and move your body. The more consistent you are, the more control you feel, and the more your mind begins to trust you. The same thing works for your emotional health. Start your day with a moment of calm. Before the world gets loud, maybe you meditate for 5 minutes. Maybe you sit in silence. Maybe you set an intention for the day. You choose your mindset before anything else can choose it for you. That is ownership. Now, if this audiobook is bringing you value so far, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now let's continue. Another powerful way to take control of your mind is to quiet negative self-talk. We all hear that inner voice sometimes. It says you are not good enough. It says you will fail. It says you cannot do it. That voice is fear. That voice is doubt. But that voice is not you. It is shaped by the past, by old wounds, by things others have said. It is not the truth about who you are. To take control of your mind, you must learn to notice that voice. Start paying attention to when it shows up. Is it when you face a challenge? Is it when you try something new? Is it when you step outside your comfort zone? Once you notice it, you can answer it. Replace "I cannot do this" with "I am capable." Replace "I will fail" with "I can learn." Replace fear with truth. Over time, that inner critic loses power, and your mind becomes stronger. Mindfulness is another powerful tool. It means being fully present without judgment. It means noticing your thoughts and feelings without getting lost in them. When you are mindful, you can see your patterns more clearly. You notice anger, you notice fear, you notice resentment, and in that moment, you have a choice. Mindfulness can come through meditation or through breathing, or simply by stopping for a moment and checking in with yourself. The more you practice it, the more control you gain. You begin to realize that you are not your thoughts, you are the one who observes them. That shift changes everything. Be patient with yourself. Strong minds are not built in one day, but with steady effort, you will change. You will feel more focused, more grounded, more confident. You have the power to control your mind, to shape your thoughts, and to create the life you want. And take a moment and reflect. What habits can you start today? What negative thoughts can you replace? What would your life look like if you truly took control of your mind every day? Chapter 3: Mastering Your Emotions. In the previous chapter, we talked about taking control of your mind. We learned that control comes from awareness, discipline, and daily practice, but controlling your thoughts is only part of the journey. The next step is mastering your emotions. When you master your emotions, you do more than control your reactions. You become the one guiding your life. Emotions are part of being human. They are signals. They tell you what is happening inside and around you, but too often we let emotions take over. Anger can ruin a day. Fear can stop action. Anxiety can freeze us. Sadness can cloud our thinking. Emotions are powerful, but they do not have to run your life. Mastering your emotions does not mean hiding them. It does not mean pretending you are fine when you are not. That would not be healthy, and it would not be real. Emotions are signals. They are trying to tell you something. The key is to understand them, process them, and choose how you respond. Think about a time when your emotions got the best of you. Maybe anger caused a reaction you later regretted. Maybe fear made you step back from something important. Those moments remind us of one truth: you do not have to act on every feeling. You can pause, you can breathe, you can choose. One of the best ways to master your emotions is through awareness. Notice what you feel as it happens. Do not judge it, do not fight it, just notice it. When you feel angry, notice it. When you feel anxious, notice it. When you feel happy, notice it too. That simple awareness gives you space. And in that space, you can make a better choice. Ask yourself one question: what is this emotion trying to tell me? Anger may be telling you that you feel hurt. Fear may be telling you that you are stepping into growth. Sadness may be telling you that something needs to change. Once you understand the message, you can respond with clarity. Emotional awareness takes practice. It does not happen in a day, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes to catch emotions before they take over. You begin to see patterns. You see how emotions connect to thoughts, to actions, to your body. That awareness is the first step toward emotional mastery. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now let's continue. Another way to master your emotions is to regulate them. That means managing your response in a healthy way. It does not mean suppressing feelings. It means responding wisely. Deep breathing is one simple tool. When you feel overwhelmed, stop and breathe deeply. It helps calm your body, it helps settle your mind, and it gives you space before you react. Reframing is another helpful tool. It means looking at a situation from a different angle. For example, if you feel nervous about a presentation, do not only focus on fear, see it as a chance to grow, a chance to learn, a chance to show what you can do. That shift can change how you feel. Mindfulness also helps here. When you stay present with your emotions, you can observe them without becoming overwhelmed. You do not need to push them away. You can notice them, accept them, and let them pass. Emotions are temporary. They come and go, and you still get to choose how to respond. Mastering your emotions also means letting go of the ones that no longer serve you. Resentment, anger, bitterness. These feelings can weigh you down. They can keep you tied to the past. Letting go does not mean pretending it never happened, and it does not mean excusing harm. It simply means you choose not to carry the pain forever. You choose to release what no longer helps you. You are not your past hurt. You are your healing, your growth, your ability to move forward. When you master your emotions, you gain the power to choose how you feel and how you act, not because life becomes easy, but because you become stronger, more resilient, more focused, more at peace. And in that strength, you find freedom. Take a moment to reflect. What emotions have been controlling you lately? How can you create awareness around them? What would life feel like if emotions no longer ran the show? Chapter 4. Taking responsibility for your life. In the last chapter, we explored emotional mastery. We learned how to notice emotions, regulate them, and choose better responses. But there is another part of real freedom, taking full responsibility for your life. This is not about blame, and it is not about guilt. It is about ownership. It is about realizing that your life is shaped by your choices, good and bad. Once you accept that, you unlock a new kind of power. Taking responsibility can be hard. It is easier to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck. But if you want to change your life, you must stop giving your power away. You are the author of your story. Your choices matter. Your actions matter. Your thoughts matter. Your life reflects what you have chosen, consciously or unconsciously. The moment you take responsibility, you stop living like a victim. You stop waiting for someone else to fix your life, and you realize something powerful. You can make new choices right now. That is freedom. Think about how often people blame their situation. They say the economy is against them. They say their family does not support them. They say their past has trapped them. Those thoughts may feel true, but they take away your power. The real question is not, who is to blame? The real question is, what can I do now? Imagine two people facing the same setback. One blames everything around them. The other looks at the next step. One stays stuck. The other moves forward. That difference is responsibility. Taking responsibility does not mean you have to be perfect. It does not mean punishing yourself for every mistake. It means owning your choices and learning from them. If you do not like where you are, Take responsibility for changing it. If you want a better future, start making choices that create one. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now let's continue. One of the most empowering parts of responsibility is realizing you control your response. You cannot always control what happens, but you can control what you do next. Life will test you. It will bring setbacks, criticism, failures, and obstacles, but your response shapes the outcome, not the event alone. Think about the times you let outside events control your mood. Maybe one setback made you quit. Maybe one harsh comment made you doubt yourself. Those things only control you if you let them. Responsibility means choosing your reaction with care. It means not blaming others. It means not waiting. It means acting. You are not a passive observer in your life. You are the creator. Another part of responsibility is owning your mistakes. Everyone makes them, everyone fails sometimes, but growth comes from saying, I made a mistake and I will do better next time. Failure is not the end, it is a lesson. Every mistake can teach you something. Every setback can shape you. Responsibility also means being proactive. Too many people wait for the perfect time. They wait for the right moment, the perfect chance, the ideal setup, but perfect time rarely comes. You have to create momentum, you have to start, you have to move. That is how life changes, not by waiting, but by choosing. Ask yourself, where are you giving away your power? What are you waiting for someone else to change? How can you take ownership today? What would happen if you stopped blaming and started acting? Your future is not fixed by your past. It is shaped by the choices you make now. Chapter 5. Overcoming fear and taking action. In the last chapter, we explored responsibility. We learned that your choices, your reactions, and your actions shape your future, but there is still one major obstacle many people face. Fear. Fear stops action, it creates hesitation, it makes you question yourself, and it can keep you far from the life you want. To move forward, you must face fear and take action anyway. Fear is natural, it exists to protect you from danger. But fear becomes a problem when it keeps you stuck, when it blocks growth, when it stops you from trying. It can appear in many forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of judgment, even fear of success. Whatever form it takes, fear can stand between you and your goals, but fear is often bigger in the mind than in real life. We imagine the worst. We tell ourselves we are not ready. We let fear stop us before we even begin. What if you saw fear differently? What if it was not a warning to stop? What if it was a sign that growth is near? The goal is not to remove fear completely. The goal is to act despite it. The people you admire are not fearless. They are willing. They move forward even when they are scared. They understand that fear is part of the process. Think about a time when fear held you back. Maybe you avoided a big opportunity. Maybe you stayed silent when you wanted to speak. Maybe you delayed a goal for too long. Now think about what happened when you finally acted. You probably felt relief, maybe even pride. You realized the fear was not as powerful as it seemed. The secret is simple: take one step, then another. Small action weakens fear. Action brings clarity. Action builds confidence. One way to overcome fear is to break big goals into small steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming, and fear grows in overwhelm. But when you shrink the task, it becomes manageable. You do not need to do everything at once. You only need to begin. For example, If you want to run a marathon, do not focus on the full distance first. Start with 1 mile, then 2, then 5. Step by step, the goal becomes real, and fear loses its grip. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now let's continue. Another way to overcome fear is to change the story in your mind. The stories we tell ourselves can hold us back. I am not ready. I will fail. I am not good enough. These are not facts, they are beliefs, and beliefs can be changed. Say this instead: I will learn as I go. I may stumble, but I will keep going. I am stronger than this fear. The way you speak to yourself matters. Encouragement builds courage. Self-compassion builds strength. Fear grows in shame and doubt, but it weakens when you speak with truth and confidence. Visualization can also help. Before you act, close your eyes, see the outcome you want. Picture yourself succeeding. Picture yourself taking the first step. Picture how it will feel to move forward. That mental picture can calm fear. It can make action feel possible. Fear is real, but it does not have to rule you. It is only a feeling, a temporary one, and you can move through it. Each time you act despite fear, you grow stronger, more confident, more capable. Ask yourself, what fear is holding you back right now? What small step can you take today? What new story can you start telling yourself? What would your life look like if fear no longer controlled your decisions? Fear is often a sign that growth is near, and once you learn to act anyway, you become unstoppable. Chapter 6. Living with Purpose and Intention. In the previous chapter, we faced fear and learned to move through it by taking small steps and by changing the way we speak to ourselves. We learned that fear does not have to stop us. Now, as we near the end of this journey, there is one final piece that brings everything together. Living with purpose and intention. Without purpose, life feels scattered. Without intention, even good habits lose direction. But when you live with purpose, every choice matters. Every decision aligns with your values. Every action has meaning. That is what makes life fulfilling. Living with purpose means knowing why you do what you do. It means understanding your values, your goals, and your direction. Purpose gives your actions meaning. It keeps you focused. It keeps you grounded. Without purpose, it is easy to drift, to react instead of lead, to move through life without real direction. But with purpose, each step has weight, each action becomes intentional. To live with purpose, get clear on what matters most. What are your core values? What do you stand for? These values guide your choices. If family matters to you, your time and energy should reflect that. If growth matters to you, your daily habits should reflect that too. The key is alignment. When your actions match your purpose, life feels more complete. Even small actions feel meaningful because they point towards something bigger. Think of someone who lives with purpose. You can feel it in the way they move. They are not drifting. They know their why, and that clarity gives them strength. Living with purpose also means being intentional with your time and energy. Too many people spend their days on distractions, scrolling, wasting time, chasing approval, and then wondering why they feel empty. When you live intentionally, you protect your attention, you choose what matters, you spend your energy where it counts. That means being proactive, not reactive. It means choosing your day instead of letting the day choose you. If you want to build something meaningful, set aside time for it. Every day, learn, build, improve, connect, take action that supports your vision. Living with purpose also means embracing the journey. It is easy to obsess over the destination, success, freedom, fulfillment, but the journey is where you grow. The journey is where you learn. The journey is where you become who you are meant to be. Every choice, every setback, every small win, it all matters. Reflection is one of the best ways to stay aligned. Take time to ask yourself, am I living by my values? Are my actions matching my purpose? Am I moving in the direction I want? That kind of reflection keeps you honest, and it keeps you moving forward. If this audiobook is bringing you value so far, like it, share it with someone who needs to hear this. Leave a comment with your biggest takeaway, and subscribe to Prime Audiobooks for more content like this. Now let's continue. When you live with purpose, you become the architect of your own life. You stop waiting. You start building. You stop reacting to everything around you, and you start leading your life with intention. You take full responsibility for your choices, and you use that power to shape your future. Purpose gives you direction. Intention gives you focus. Together, they create a life that feels meaningful and strong. Living this way does not mean life becomes easy. You will still face setbacks, doubt, and challenges, but when you are grounded in purpose, you stay steady. Your purpose becomes your anchor. And that is what makes you resilient. That is what makes you unstoppable. So take a moment. What is your purpose? What do you want to stand for? What values will guide your life? What would change if you started living with intention today? What would your life look like if every choice matched your purpose? You have the power to build a life that is meaningful, a life that feels aligned, a life that reflects your deepest values. The choice is yours. Live with purpose, live with intention, and watch your life transform. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember this: your mind is your greatest tool, your emotions are your allies, and your life is yours to shape. Live with purpose, take action, and never stop moving toward the life you truly deserve.